This is the story of a Twin Cities rock band called the Urs. It's also about other part-time bands and artists who play their own songs at the same venues, sometimes every week, sometimes only a few times a year. They don't do it for the money because the money just isn't there. Instead, when they aren't at their real jobs, they struggle to find time and balance to do what they love. Before the advent of the internet, it was still possible to find out what was happening with big-name rock acts. Information about rehearsals, tours, recording sessions, and even their personal lives was readily available. If you wanted the same on a local band, well, good luck. Not much has changed. That's why this documentary was made.
Alright, so this is the room we rehearse in. It's about, I think it's 12 by 12, or 12 by 14, or 14 by 14, something like that. It's also shared space with my wife Jill's art stuff. And every night we practice, or well, every time we practice, rather, I have to clear all this stuff out. It also has her knitting things. So then I'll show you what it looks like after I get it cleared out. Exciting stuff. Turn the light on. Okay, so now we have more of a proper practice space. Chris, that's where his keyboard stuff goes. He usually moves it back a little ways. Drums, microphone stands here. I did move my son's drum amp out so I could put the guitar amp in there. There's a rack of my guitars and one of Shane's guitars in the back. Eric's empty guitar stand, which will be filled later. Okay, I have to go eat supper. Alright, so here's our set list. Fortunately, there's some light bouncing off. This is from our, the numbers are from our Viking gig on October 21st, I believe it was. Some of those covers are from the Heroes Divided Furry Convention show. Song Pretender by Foo Fighters. We haven't gotten to that. We may do that one. But there's, 13 songs up there, I think. And these are some songs that Eric wrote with a band called Kids with Helmets. We're thinking about doing some of those. I Go Slowly is a song that he did with that band. That's basically the chord progressions and the structure of the song. I write it in big letters so Chris, who is across the room over here on the other side, can see it and do his keyboard stuff.
All that's coming through is that mic, and that's all that's going to go through the headset. I learned a thing.
What have you learned?
I learned a song.
What song have you learned?
That we intertwined.
What?
That we intertwined.
Oh, really? I like that song.
lens cap off. Hi, Rory out here, holding the camera out, interviewing myself. So what's it like to play in a part-time local rock band? Well, probably face the sun here. Get out of the sun, yep. Again, what's it like to play in a local part-time rock band? We practice once a week. We would go twice a week if we could. Most of the time we don't have time. We play for $5 cover charges, which a little history there. That hasn't changed in the 30 years I've been playing around town. I've heard even since the 70s. And so obviously we don't do it for the money. We all, in the band at least, we all have full-time jobs. Yeah, we practice at our house here just to cut down on costs. A lot of bands will rent rehearsal space, so that might cost each member another $75 or $100 a month. And we have to load our gear up, haul it out, load it in. You get about a 2-minute sound check. It's probably a little bit longer than that, but it's usually, a lot of times it might even be your first song as your sound check. It's not like concerts where the bands go in a few hours before the show starts and tune up and get a sound check and rehearse and stuff like that. So you're pretty much going on the fly, and you hope that by the second song at least the sound person's got everything zeroed in. Some of them are really good and they can do it right away. We just try to write songs as often as we can. Try to write the best songs we can. It's not very glamorous. You can be doing the dishes right before you leave the house. Load up and then play and then leave the bar at 2 o'clock in the morning with, like I said, a couple of bucks in your pocket. And, you know, we're always trying to get more people to come out and see us, but it's a lot harder than you think. There's a lot of competition these days, especially with, you know, trying to get people to put down their iPads, shut off Netflix, and get their butts off the couch and come out and see a band is a lot harder than you think, and which is, I think, is sad for them because they're missing out on a lot of really good shows. There's some like I said, there's some really good bands around town, and people just don't know who they are. And I think that's about it. Thanks for listening. Go.
So you want to know who I am?
Yeah. Who are you?
Like my name is Eric Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Or that I believe God came from space.
Sure. That's okay too.
Secret politician.
He's getting freaky on me.
Yeah.
So when did you? Why did you start playing music?
I was angry and 14.
And you're 40.
I got a guitar.
You're 45 and angry now.
Yes, but not about the same things.
I don't know
That's
if I should.
the difference.
I don't know if I should open up that can. So you're 14. So you've been playing for 30 some years now. Then.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm old. Very old. Thanks for reminding me. And I never fully made it.
Never fully made it to
Never
what?
fully made it to stardom and richness.
Oh, well.
Oh, wait, I don't think I really did it for that. I was always surprised at the success I was able to achieve.
Well, you did better than I did.
I did better than the majority of people.
Yeah, about 99%.
But I still didn't make any money at it.
Oh.
It was fun. I always had fun.
Why do you keep doing it?
I don't know. I try and step away. My wife certainly tries to make me go away.
Rory's making you do it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, if you owned a gun, it'd be much worse. I wouldn't be able to leave.
I used to have guns.
Yeah. No, I try. Like, my life sucks me in. I got kids like anybody else, and I do all kinds of other shit. And then I come and play music, and I go, oh, shit, yeah, I really do like doing this.
Good.
And then it makes me come back. It's like golf. It sucks ass, and you hate that you had to go, and then you hit one great shot that you go, well, yeah, all right, I'll come back and do this again.
Are you going to keep doing it then for a long time?
Yeah.
Until your fingers cramp up?
Yeah, until I can't do it anymore.
All right, cool.
The nice thing is that you're nice enough, and Shane, when he's here, is nice enough. Oh, you're not supposed to be here?
No, I said I'm not really nice.
No, that's true. But nice enough to play what I want to play.
Yeah.
So if I write something and sing it and play it, then you guys are dumb enough to come along with me, then yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah,
Sounds like fun.
I don't think we've ever said. And we cut a couple of songs.
Sure,
but
and I
we
would
cut
too.
some of mine
A lot
too.
of them suck.
Yeah.
But you hold on to the ones that you still like playing, and that's what
Yeah.
you do.
All right. Cool.
And then you forget about some really good ones because you don't record it or don't go home and play it for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Any inspirations on guitar or vocals or songwriting?
No. No, but my songs are a lot more political these days.
Gee, I
It
wonder
used to be
why.
about getting laid. Now, now they're a lot political. So, but that's all right. That's what it should be too, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you were into comedy for a while too, weren't you?
That was very young. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, you still are.
Not as
'cause-
fun as this.
Well, you still do comedy here. I mean, we get like a free.
They get a free show.
Free show every time at rehearsal.
Yeah, it's a good spot to do it.
So,
Do it better.
so what does your family think about all this?
My dad got to see me for the first time ever playing music
That was cool,
when he was
yeah.
here last year, and that was really cool. I don't know. I don't think they really. When I was younger, and I would hand them a CD, and then I would tell them this is being played on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't. They didn't get it because they didn't listen to the radio. And
Yeah.
sure, kid, whatever. I was like, okay. I mean, they knew I was doing it, but I think my biggest supporter is probably my brother-in-law.
Interesting.
Very weird too. Who I never see. Hey, Kenny. You know.
What do your kids think about it? Or they just like,
They don't really understand it either because
Yeah.
it's not like back in the day where, not that I was huge or anything like that, but
yeah.
you know, when you
But you still,
play
yeah.
on college radio
Yeah.
and chart in CMG and you get to go do shows out and about outside of the city and get paid for it. That's nice.
How is it different now when we go into places and play in front of
No,
at
it's
most
about the
maybe
same.
100 people or
Yeah, I mean, there were a few times I played in front of larger crowds and stuff, but
Mm.
I think the music scene was better back then.
yeah.
So you could do a venue and get people out to come see you, and that helped. Like now, you get friends and they're still dear and they come see you and stuff like that. But we're old. Nobody really wants to go see the old guys. Even though it's funny too, we played with these young kids and they're always
Yeah.
like, "Well, you guys are really good."
Yeah.
We've been doing it a fucking long time.
Yeah.
We actually know what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
You'll be good when you're our
Yeah.
age too if
Yeah.
you keep at it.
Just keep at it. You'll eventually achieve some form of goodness or understanding.
Okay, just so this isn't all about the Urs, I contacted some other people in various methods to get some interviews with them. These are some written ones that they sent and they're typed up ones. So I'm going to read those and they'll tell you about their experiences about playing around town. First, I have to put on my rock and roll hair, which is more of a scalp. I picked it up at Axeman in St. Paul on University Avenue. And just because I'm a weirdo and I like to do stuff like this when music is it's concerning music, so I can put this on first. Here we go. Now I feel more like a rock star here. Really weird looking one. Okay, first off, I got Darren Cox, who said, try being in a band full of underage kids who do original songs like my daughter's band. The name of the band is Fake Muse. They have been offered high-profile opening gigs by bands and management companies, only to have venues say no because they're minors. My daughter, the lead singer and sole writer, is a member of ASCAP, which is a performing rights organization. BMI is the other one, which is the one I'm a member of. They're relegated to open mics and gigs without professional backline, or she can let other people play her songs. Those are really her two options until she's 18 or signs a record deal. Hopefully she's turned 18 by now, from a little while ago. BJ Bonin says, I've been doing this forever with the same drummer, since 2001. Multiple lineup changes, recording failures. He said 3 lost records. I assume that they maybe lost the rights to him or something like that. Legally forced to change our name, and yet we keep writing and slowly releasing more songs that few will ever hear. Sad but true. We have live video that we haven't released and audio from live shows dating to 2002. A couple other people I asked here. One of them is John from Brother John Band. And he says, I will try to answer the questions as best as I can. Thank you for the opportunity. So first off, I asked him basically to give a background of the band. So they formed in 2003.
John's Ribideau is 48. He's a singer, songwriter, and guitarist of the band. Mike Liska, 52, is the bass player. Rich Ferris, 50, is the keyboard player, and Adam Lane is 28 and the percussionist. First question was, how often does the band practice and gig? The band gigs more than we have practice. Gigs are practice a lot of times. Everyone has things going on outside the band that make getting together as a group difficult. Sometimes rehearsal can be a text or email. I should ask him about how that works out. I'm not really sure about that. Adam has just joined the band, so lately Mike and Adam have been getting together once or twice a week to get ready to record. I play as much as possible, 1 to 4 nights a week. Every week I'm gigging with different players. That's just the way it is. Everyone is in multiple bands and doing other things. Next question was, how do you get paid for gigs, and what do you think of the pay system for venues? Most of the time we get paid a flat fee. I don't really know any other system. We work mostly through agents. This is the way I've always done it and have been paid. Sometimes we play for the door or for free in multiple band events and benefits. But 95% of the time we get paid a flat price, or I won't take the gig. I try to make sure the band gets paid for their work, and it's not easy. This is not there's not a lot of high-paying gigs for us, so trying to make sure everyone gets paid is difficult. This is just different than what we do when we play for the cover charges or the percentage of the bar. What is your opinion of some of the venues you've played? And he says, I appreciate anyone that's still running live music. After having done this for so long, I don't have an ego, or don't have the ego I used to. I'm just glad that I can still do this and get paid. Could some of the clubs do more to promote live entertainment? And this will be the next question. He says yes. He said that's not my business, so my business is to make music. So the next question is, do venues sufficiently promote live shows? I think some do and some don't. I also promote some shows more than others. Excuse me. Can some venues do more to promote? Yes. Some places seem to want to stick you in the corner and tell you to be quiet, but who am I to tell them how to run their business? I'm not in the bar business. I've never played music. Do you plan on staying local or taking this further? I will take it as far as I can. I just don't know how. If it were easy, everyone would do it. My mindset has changed over the years. I want to enjoy myself, make records, and make music with my friends. I appreciate different things about it now. I remember playing a completely empty room once and thinking, what's the point? And then I saw a girl at the other end of the bar polishing silverware. Everyone needs to do something. There's a song in there somewhere. He puts in parentheses. I should check with him and see if he's written it yet. I'm grateful that I can make money at this at all. Next question I probably could almost skip. I asked him about the opinion of the drink ticket free beer system in the venues, and if we've ever been given free food. In our situation, we would get a couple of drink tickets per band member, but it's usually restricted to really cheap beer and I'm a beer snob, and that I personally won't drink, but that's just me. He basically, it doesn't really apply to them. He did say though at one place in Stillwater charged them for water. That's pretty shitty, but and he said that basically if that situation comes up, he just won't play there. What is the furthest you've had to travel to play a venue? Typically our gigs are within an hour of the Twin Cities. In March we're going to play the Red Gorilla Festival in Austin, Texas. We have to pay $300 per stage, and we bought 3 stages. It'll cost us each around $1,000 to do this, to do these handful of gigs. No routing gigs or anything. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I've never done anything like this before, but at this point, why not? Let's check it out. This one probably also doesn't apply to him either. It's normally when we play out, we have 3 to 4 bands playing on a bill. He says that if it's good exposure if you have that many bands. He said he doesn't do a lot of those types of gigs because they generally don't pay money, which is true. And he hates asking his guys to play for free. So I said, thanks, man. All right, the next person is a friend of mine, and I work with them. His name is Eric Gordon, and he's been on American Idol twice. And and I changed the questions a little bit because I've known Eric for a few years now, and I kind of know his background, so it's different, again, than the situation that the Urs are in. He plays differently. I asked him to basically how he plays out. Does he do solo? Does he play with the band? I know he does both. I also know when he plays with his band, he has to pay each member their all, I think, professional musicians, or at least semi-pro. But he basically said, I'm a solo artist, but I hire a band to play out with me. A lot of the musicians are friends that I've made from being in the industry for a decade. It's trial and error. It's sometimes to put together a team where everyone clicks, but when you assemble a solid team and there's chemistry, you work on keeping that going. The first question was, what type of venues or gigs do you play? He said, I typically play venues where a flat fee is agreed upon before booking. Sometimes it makes sense to rent a venue, which I often do, and sell physical tickets. I've actually gone to see him where he's done that before. The next question is, how do you get paid? The discussion of pay happens before booking. If the venue doesn't pay a flat fee, I like the control of renting the venue. I will rarely play a show where there's a percentage payout at the end of the night. Pay is often inconsistent, and sometimes you end up in a negative. Is your wife cool with you being a musician? While being a musician is a passion, it's also a business. My wife supports me. After 10 years, she has seen how I run my business and trusts in what I do. Yeah, what is the longest distance you've had to go for a gig? Longest distance I've had to travel for a show is 600 miles, and this was to his hometown in Kansas. Have you ever toured? The summer following my season on American Idol, I don't know if it was his first or second one, he didn't specify. He toured the Midwest. He said I put on a dozen gigs, or a dozen shows, acoustic living room shows rather. It was a blast and allowed me to connect with some of my biggest fans. Do you feel the venues promote well enough, and how do you promote yourself? Venues may promote on their social media pages, however, nobody's going to want your show's success more than you do. The majority of the promotion falls on the artist or the band. What are your future plans for a music career? I spend a lot of time writing in hopes to keep recording and releasing new music. A few times a month I spend time in the studio with my producer creating demos of the songs I have written. Sometimes a demo becomes the next single. How many albums or releases have you put out, and how do you record and where? Since 2009 I've released 2 full-length albums and 2 EP albums. It's pretty good, short amount of time there. My latest album, Nobody Said That It Was Easy, was released in 2017. The majority of the album was recorded here in Minneapolis. Last question was, how is your music distributed? I'm a solo, that's from the other part, never mind, I messed that up. My music is distributed through TuneCore. I do sell physical albums at concerts, etc., but a majority of my music is streamed and downloaded online. Alright, so there you have it. I also have some video recorded interviews which will show up later in the documentary.
I lied, it's not D. It's E, D flat or C sharp.
That's right.
I missed the bridge part.
Is that?
I missed that bridge.
Oh, pardon me. Sure.
So are we actually doing, is that just at the end now, or are we doing that chord change, that part in another part of the song too? I thought we were doing that like...
No, for me, I got confused in there.
Should we play it again?
Like, listen to it again?
Or should we play it again?
Oh.
That way we know what we're doing?
Yeah, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, you did the snare drum.
And then that one part is just E. I'm just going.
It's just that bridge part where I ride on this one.
Yeah.
That was the only part
Okay.
that I could. Other than that, the other 2 were just like last week.
Okay.
The other 7 that we've done tonight already.
All right, everybody got that? Good. All right.
Yeah, I
let's
think
move
so.
on. No.
Well, like there's still like it feels a little bit off. There needs to be it's something, I don't know what it is. There's something just as soon as I think of it,
Okay.
I will alert. But I just something it's good, but it needs something, or something needs to be different.
Plus, like, at one point, you know, you and I drop out, and it's just those two as far as instrumentation with vocals on it or something like that, and then kick back in.
Yeah.
We don't have to end it that way. But you want to end it that way.
I like
I
it.
like-
I like it that
Yeah,
way.
it's
I
fine
like-
ending it that way.
I like the end of that. But I mean, like, there's during that warm up that we did, there was a couple things in there that were fun to do for me, but I can't remember what they were. I have that recorded, and I haven't listened to it since.
Oh, okay.
I have not listened to anything since last week.
Neither have I.
I haven't either.
So what are the chords?
So, yeah.
D flat, B, A.
Okay.
And that riff is in E. It's like so E.
We had it, but it was good, but it wasn't there.
Well, there's something we needed to add something. I don't know what.
Or take
Yeah.
something away, or just strip it down and rebuild it.
It could actually no.
I know that the riff was different than that, as it flowed different.
Well, let's just start fucking with it and see what happens. Okay. So.
I felt like that just jumped in halfway, which is fine.
What's that?
I feel like that just jumped in halfway, which was fine.
That's fine. It sounded good with the piano playing it.
Yeah. Should we put like a lead part in there or something like that? So there's got to be something to break it up, I think.
Yeah. Well, I like that crunchy E, but Shane didn't like it.
The crunchy.
Well, we just did it one time.
That's fine.
And if maybe don't play that through the whole thing,
Okay.
just on the other parts. Can you play like a lighter version?
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out.
Like an orangutan at the zoo.
There's something.
Is that closer to a finished product, you think, or?
I don't know.
Alright.
It's a direction.
It's now a super sappy love ballad. Or a sad, sad love ballad.
It's probably more sad. 'Cause I know the last time it was just more like.
Started slow with the piano, and then maybe do, even a line or two of vocals, and then just punch it.
I don't know if that'll work.
Maybe not.
I think there's a part in there that could, like during one of those verses, it could build up to something, but then I don't know if that's just gonna destroy it.
I don't know either.
Well, the only thing we can do is try it, and just say, sounds good, or does not sound good.
Yeah, but then where do we all kick into?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
That's
Why is it so hot in here?
I don't know. The air's on.
and it's open.
No preparation for this. This is all real. This is real stuff, man.
No,
Straight up.
All right, this is our keyboard player, Chris
not real.
Hessman. He's not real. He's a
He's
3D
not
hologram.
Real.
He cannot be folded, mutilated, or spindled, so don't even try.
That's true.
So
I'm
Chris,
very inflexible.
he is inflexible. All right, remember that.
Me too.
Well, yeah, especially now with your herniated disc. So Chris is our newest member. He's been with us, what, a couple months now? Yeah,
I think so.
about 2 months, yeah. because you were like a month before the show, and it's been a month since then. So, what's your background in music?
My background in music?
Yeah, like,
Oh man.
is this going to take the whole documentary up here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Except not really. I'm not gonna talk about it.
okay, he's not going to talk about. What have you been doing lately besides?
Well, I mean, I can talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about that long.
Oh, okay,
But yeah,
Not gonna
my
talk
parents
about
started teaching me piano when I was like 5,
okay.
and they tried to teach my brother and sister piano too. I was the only one that kept going with it. Although they tried to pick it up later on when they realized that it was actually really cool.
Losers.
I know, right?
I just wanted to be like you, man.
Yeah. So I've played piano for like 20 years almost.
Okay.
And
Chris is 26, by the way.
I'm 24.
You're 24? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I made you older than you were.
And I started playing clarinet in 5th grade band as soon as they let me. And I started playing bass guitar a little bit too in like 6th grade.
All right. So if I quit the band, we have a backup.
Exactly.
And if we want a clarinet solo, we know where to
I
go
was
to.
never that good at it though. I'm not very good at string instruments, but it was fun anyway. I did like a jazz camp with it. It was really great.
Cool.
Uh,
Are you a finger picker or a pick picker?
Finger.
All right.
I suck at picks. I'm so bad at them. And then in high school, I was like the band kid on my clarinet. I went and joined like everything. I did jazz band for a little while, although that was actually on piano. I did marching band. I played with the orchestra, with the choir. I played in the musical pits. It was like my favorite thing because I was really, really good at the clarinet. So they were like, "Hey, you're really good at the clarinet. Play this instrument too." So through musical pit, I got to play bass clarinet and alto sax.
Here's a washed-up bass. Play that.
What?
Here's a washed-up bass. Play that.
A washed up bass?
It's
Washed
a
tub.
stick in a wash
Oh,
tub.
washed
with
tub. Okay, I said washed up. I was like,
That'd be
don't
like
get it.
that'd be like a $50
We
bass
found it
guitar.
on the shore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Driftwood and everything.
Yeah, that's when I started playing all the instruments that I play. And since then, I don't know, I kind of fell off music a little bit after high school because there just wasn't, like, all my band friends went off to other colleges and I didn't have, like, a group to play with anymore or anything like that. So I stopped doing a lot of music stuff. I still kept going with my parents' church, actually, for a little while. I still do, actually, so a lot while. And
It's a technical term for it.
yeah, that's the technical term. And yeah, I don't know. That's about all I do now. I do that and I do this, and I'm in a barbershop quartet.
Cool.
So I like singing too.
The boy can sing better than I can, that's for sure. Anything else you want to
I don't know.
add? Now you remember the Urs
Now I remember the Urs.
forever. Nice.
That is my signature theme song.
Everybody has to have a theme song.
I do.
It sounded a little bit different than the first one.
It did, but that's because it evolves and changes over time. Just
Oh, okay.
like anything good in this world.
That's true. Yes, all the bad stuff stays the same.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna.
I could work 1,000 years and then 1,000 more and never breathe the step that's binding. It was a trap. Just sign the papers and you've sold your soul. Simple, deadly, and conniving. I climb but the hole keeps getting deeper. And there's no ladder I gotta find.
Alright, so I'm going through the process of how I book gigs. I actually got one booked for October 21st at a place called the Viking Bar, but it took several days to set it up, so I couldn't actually just sit down and show you how I did it in 5 minutes. So right now I'm checking a message from one of the bands that's going to be playing with us. I'm going to give them a thumbs up. What happened was I sent out inquiries to 4 different bars, and the one that got back to me first and offered us a date I basically took. Some of them took a few days to get back. One of them I haven't heard back from at all, which is too bad because it's kind of a place I'd like to play because it's a record store and a coffee shop. I have some coworkers who are Muslim, and they can't go into a bar, which is about 99% of the places we play at. So I was hoping that we could get into that place. But now we're booked up in October, and we're playing a show later on this month in August, so we won't be playing anywhere after that, probably until about January or February, because November is out because everybody's busy, and December is just a mess because of Christmas and New Year's, and just so we kind of just avoid that month at all. So this band. So anyway, so I got a few bands. One of them had to drop out. They got the dates mixed up with, and they were doing something on that date. So I recruited another one, and we had a discussion about. They want us to play from eight at night until 1 in the morning, which is 5 hours, minus about an hour of that for changing equipment out off the stage and setting it up between two of the bands. So we're gonna have 3 bands. They thought the idea of 4 bands would be good, and I said I'd thought about it, but we've been in situations before where there's been, or at least once, where there's been a 4th band. It's kind of a hassle, and also that means every band can play at least an hour, maybe an hour, hour and a half, or hour and 20 minutes. And honestly, when you only play every couple of months, playing more than 45 minutes is a treat. And I would love to play like a couple hours or so in like a full concert. So anyway, so I'm going to give them the thumbs up. They said that they're okay with playing an hour plus. And I need to contact them again at some point about what order we're playing in. I'm going to log out of Facebook and just kind of go to a random place website here. Go to the Viking, which is where we're playing. So what I did was I just found some places to contact. I think I contacted Viking Bar, more specifically, not the movie, which is from 1958, which probably means it's not very good. Oh, it could be really good. I don't know. Who knows? And I have some groups that I keep in touch with that are interested in playing with us. And so what I do then is I check their schedule. Well, first off, we check our own schedule to see when we're available. The other guys are off on the weekend. I work 2 out of 6 weekends, so it makes it a little difficult. I also purposely only pick the weekends that I'm not working or think I'm not working, because we did play one time and we didn't get on stage until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be to work at 6, so I stayed up, and I had to work. That was on a Friday. I had to work the Saturday. So I had already been up for 24 hours by the time I actually started work on Saturday. It was pretty rough, pretty miserable. I was okay until probably about 1 in the afternoon, and I started crashing. And so yeah, I'm at the website. So when we click on upcoming events, or whatever their calendar setting is, and we look on their calendar, and that'll tell us like when they're booked up. So I pick dates that we're open, and then I contact other bands, and I'll say, can you do such and such date, and if they agree, and it's kind of a first come first serve. Actually, the band that we added in when the band dropped out, I had to originally tell them that we were filled up, but then I got them back in within about 24 hours. They're pretty good about that. A couple bands I contacted didn't really get back to us, So, or they take that back. They did get back, and they were kind of ambiguous about whether they could play or not. So, again, I just took the bands that got back to us. I try to get a different type of band, so we don't have the same ones playing. I think that's going to be kind of the case. So with this bill, the band that dropped out was kind of like a hard hip hop rap band, similar to like Rage Against the Machine. I thought that would be really cool. I was going to originally slip them in between our band, the Urs, and the other band, but it didn't work out. So we're going to have us doing straight rock. There's kind of a neo-psychedelic band, as they classify themselves. And there's another band that's kind of if I remember correctly, I'd have to listen to them again. I listened to their stuff before. It's kind of, I think, like an English pop sound. So I guess we got some variety in there. I also know another guy who's just like, he's a singer-songwriter, acoustic guitar player. He works with a percussionist. I might get him in sometime, maybe use him as an opening act or something like that, and then kind of build the intensity. But that's essentially how we do it. Last time I booked a gig in the end of June, it took me a couple of weeks actually to put together, which is kind of not what I intend on. I'm used to getting everything nailed down actually within a couple of days or less than a week, and that was kind of a trouble. We had bands say they could play and then they couldn't, and it took a while for clubs to get back to us. A couple of them never did, which was unusual because they're usually the ones that get back to us right away. Another thing I do real quick before I end the segment, I learned a long time ago, we don't contact a bar and say, hey, we'd like to play there, because I don't want to say that the bookers don't want to basically, it sounds horrible, but they don't want to do their jobs. That's not the best way to put it. But if you contact them and say, I've got 2 other bands or I've got 3 other bands, a lot of times they get back to you, 24, 48, 72 hours later, and they go, yep, we'll put you in. They might ask you how much you can draw, and if you tell them, you don't make it up, but we actually can draw 20 to 25 people, and most of the bands we play with can do that. So, we're bringing in 75, maybe 100 people that normally wouldn't come into the bar. But if you just contact a place and you say, we can't play that, or we would like to play there rather, but we don't have any other acts, they'll either not get back to you, or they'll say, well, we don't have anything open, even if they do. There's only one bar in town. It's called the Driftwood. We played there back at the end of June, where you can pretty much contact them, and they'll stick you in on the calendar, and they'll put other bands in around you. There's probably other ones like that too, but that's the only one I know of off the top of my head.
I don't like to talk about myself.
Okay. Well, just what I was filming about Shane's background, something happened. Basically, he's been playing for about 17 years. He hits things, and that's all he said is good. And so I'll couple this with the story he was telling, and we're good to go. He's from, can I say where you're from?
Yeah.
Onamia, Minnesota?
From a very small town.
800 strong?
Yeah.
All right. The camera stopped recording. I don't know. I hope I recorded all this, what you're saying. So repeat that last part.
No, a guitarist died in a car accident in 2004. When so then that was the thing. So he's on my tattoo.
Yeah.
He was the one who influenced me a lot for style I play. And my bassist, we ended up playing for the remaining year, and then everybody kind of split ways, and I just kept drumming.
Kept hitting things.
I ended up investing a lot for sound equipment to draw more people to come play, and hope to make them invest more time, but that never works. So, yeah.
That's true.
I've recruited a lot of sound equipment, and I still hit things.
Money can't buy you an audience unless you actually pay them to come and see you.
I just wanted musicians.
What?
I wanted musicians.
We could pay them too.
Really, like what we got now, everybody's heard.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to hear it a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
So then we can.
I'm filming you for the documentary, by the way. No. Making an executive decision on our album.
No, I feel like the first thing would just be something to sell at shows.
Yeah.
If we do studio for it, and then anything we write, not necessarily put it on SoundCloud right away. Or maybe put 1 or 2, but if we write like 4 or 5 songs, just put one out there and play the other ones live sometimes, and then just actually make it so we can have a full.
Did you put anything up on? It's Reverb Nation. Did you? I just want. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure if you put something up on SoundCloud, I could advertise. Okay. I'll film you while I'm talking. This is our keyboard player, Chris. I almost feel like in some ways doing an album at our level is kind of almost a vanity thing in a way, because I think it's almost pointless to put it up on Spotify, because I think I told you guys that, you know, we put that single up there and yeah, we got like 25,000, 30,000 hits, but you know, it added up to be like $1.50, and you have to have like $25 in your account to even cash out. So like, we would never make any money off of it. And plus then you have to pay. We went through Mondo Tunes, which is a third party, and then they put it on iTunes, Spotify. They put it all over the place. But it costs like $30, and then plus, you know, copywriting fees. So you end up spending a bunch of money, close to $100, and then you're not going to get the return. Not that that matters, but I just question how many people are going to hear it on there. They're probably going to hear it, like you said, if we just, you know, put it up on Reverberation. Yeah, if we could have a CD ready, because there are going to be some people who might want to buy it, you know.
Yeah, or worst case scenario.
You know, or just do a donation. I would say just, you know, say, you know, material costs, it's $1. You know, so if you want to throw in anything that or above, then
There's a
we'll
tip
take
jar
it.
for every tip you get a CD.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. And, you know, eventually we'll do T-shirts. You could do, like, you know, throw in $5, get a T-shirt and a CD, you know, so.
Yeah.
And we'll sign it for you. Or I'll pre-sign it for everybody. And I'll hand it out. I'll turn this.
Influential movies from each state.
Where did you go again?
I went to Fargo.
Oh yeah.
So guess
Fargo
it was
from
Fargo.
Minnesota.
It was for Miss.
Of course.
Can you hear this, Mike?
Yes.
Who's Mike?
Documentary.
Dream voice.
Ooh.
So you don't have to dream alone.
That actually could be good for music.
It might work.
I like that better than the uncontrollable ghost voices.
This is how you really play guitar.
Once. Oh, you keep hurting yourself.
I kept catching myself on this string. I was like,
Don't do that.
I'm like, I don't want to break it. First of all, I also don't want to break me.
Yeah, we have enough injured people in the band.
Ah, come on.
I can play a few songs on the acoustic guitar, but they're all just bass lines of songs.
Is that from a Geico commercial?
No.
Oh. He's a puppy dog. An eye in there.
What resolution is this?
What?
What resolution is this?
I have no idea. Old camera.
It's recording.
Welcome to the dome of yesterday is tomorrow.
Please, the computer turn all the way up.
That's I'm gonna check.
Probably not.
You just have to hit it. You don't have to F.
Okay.
Is it up all the way now?
It's not all the way up still, but it's...
But you can turn the computer all the way up and then use your knob.
Oh, fine.
Your knob.
Alright, are they even? You and your, what about your other piano?
Please rest comfortably while we play some music.
Hello and welcome.
Maybe this.
So I used to have a job where I had to go take trips, and I got sent to Detroit twice in a row. And I went to my boss and I said, "Did I do something wrong?"
Did you meet Ted Nugent? Did you get to meet Ted Nugent?
Huh? What?
Did you get to meet Ted Nugent?
Did I get
In
meet
Detroit?
Ted Nugent? No. I hung out with Chris Rock and Eminem though.
Did you really?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Did Ted
I
Nugent?
walked 8 miles
Did
in
really?
the airport.
Really? In a circle. Did Eminem and Chris Rock poop in their pants like Ted Nugent?
It's Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, sorry.
I don't know what Chris Rock did. He's from New York.
Two totally different people.
Same last name, though.
Same last name.
Did you hear that?
I can hear you now,
Okay.
but I've always been able to hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear me now. Hold on. We got this.
So nothing has changed.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear me. I can hear me now.
Can you hear the guy behind you?
How loud am I?
Who has a
How
big
loud am I
machete?
hearing you?
He's gonna chop you in half. Can you hear that?
Here, how about now?
Hey, you can get a. Did I tell you for $30 you can get a 2-foot long Fiskars made machete? I don't remember how I even came across that. I got a catalog I think in the mail from somebody. I'm like
Sweet.
flipping through it and it's like Fiskars. They
Fiskars.
make
What?
machetes.
They make good machetes.
Yeah. The stuff we talk about at practice.
Can you hear you?
From Monday till Friday, you'll find me grinding, putting in a 40-hour week. I wake up before the sun's up, hop into my truck and head out to my 9 to 5. By Thursday, I'm ready to get back in that Chevy, loaded down with all guitars.
Audio signal, do you end drum, then you interpret it. I'm just working, making sound compositions and ditching lyrics when it's serving with. Have you even when you didn't just notice that the music got me working ferocious? Need a mic hot like halitosis, don't fall short, start choking. Here to make a statement, speaking for the ones that didn't have voices to take it. Capitalize on the problem you shot. I've been one of them, they are my tribe. If you don't like it, bye. Purchase others so our words can come alive. Music is my potion, he been spoken, he's about emotions as a poet.
But there's always one kind that I go. It gets me cooler than an Eskimo, you know. It's that cookie dough, 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 that cookie dough.
Okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to learn songs? Other songs?
Sure.
What was that other one that you were playing earlier?
One by you two.
Oh, I was doing one by you too.
But we're gonna do like a really fast version of it. I could, sure.
Yeah. I don't remember it, but I know the song, but I don't know the song.
Okay.
So if you play something, I'll make it up.
All right.
We'll kind of make it up.
Yeah. Still say we do Drops of Jupiter because that's just fun at 90s.
But
Still say we do Drops of Jupiter because it's very fun and very 90s.
So then we should figure out
It's
what
also
because we
very
only have
easy.
like an hour,
Yeah.
right? Hour and 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Hour.
About an hour. Hour-ish.
So we should decide what we're gonna do,
Yeah.
and then decide how many covers we can fit in.
Well, we could run through and time our songs real quick. Like, just figure out which ones we want to play. Like I said, Allison's fine to cut because there's no context.
There's no context yet.
Some of the slower ones, maybe. And then just figure out how much time we have left to fill with covers.
Sure.
Do you want to run them all?
Alright, so we can do, like what? Easy, Always Stay, Love, Hate, Love, Pancakes, if we figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out by then.
Was it easy
Gun
and what
song,
else?
right?
Yeah.
And we're all gonna drown.
Yes.
So,
Anybody want anything else?
So, are we doing Sorry My Dear, Angry Soul, Swing Baby?
I don't really care.
I mean, I do whatever if you want, but
Yeah, but we want to leave room for like Drops of Jupiter.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I go slowly, I assume you're doing. Right?
Huh?
I go slowly, I assume.
You want to play that too?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we're dropping.
How many do we have?
We're dropping this one, right, and Allison, because always stays slow. So that's, if we do the ones you just named off, that's like 5.
I said always stay.
Oh, I thought you said no. Okay, so 6. So that's 6. Which is probably really only about a half an hour.
No, we're all gonna drown like 7 minutes.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so maybe like 40 minutes.
And then 20 minutes worth of covers.
Covers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good. That's a decent mix.
How's your finger?
You gotta do some sort of.
It's fine. I'm not using this one.
Oh, smart.
Can you use
Just to
that
go
one
like
more?
this to people.
No, you're just fancy whenever you drink.
Well, I'm fancy whenever I do anything at the moment. It's like I grab anything. I've gotten into the habit of just grabbing it like that.
And they go, oh, look at him.
Oh, tax code's making him all happy.
He's a billionaire now. Look at that thing. There's Eric pulling a cart. This is not the fun part, playing in a band. This is the stage here, we're kind of getting set up. The other band didn't show up, so we've got a lot of time in the world. I'm going to change my battery out, my guitar. No, it does not run on batteries. Well, it kind of does. This whole thing here, whole big room. This is awesome. Okay, great, get back to work.
Sits there alone. He's got a wild girl out there he calls his own. The dream's a dream I have a long, long time. Up in the paper for a course, couple of rhymes. I go slowly down. I go slowly down. I go slowly down. So we work really hard to make everything that we do. There's life to live and there's so much more that we could always do. Nothing, so it's cost what you think it cost, and you use it all your mind. Live to the time of the life that you have. Why can't this be so easy? And I said, why can't this be so easy? And I said, easy. And they built their homes in a valley surrounded by 4 walls. Never understanding how the world works, never at all, yeah. Like a bowl that fills up with water every time it rains, yeah. Dragging them down one by one, yeah, they never insane, yeah. Ooh, all gonna drown. Keep on fighting for it. Ooh, all gonna drown.
Thanks again, people. We are the Urs. We appreciate everybody sitting around for
Thank
this.
you very much.
If you want to hear us again one day, look us up. Thank you.
I'll just shoot real quick. You're on video now. He's playing the doesn't. This is what's your name again?
I'm John Lamson. Hey.
Okay, yeah, John.
Now I have to think of something witty to say. I've played a lot of shows in the last like 10, 12 years, and I think it's really just about booking, really being regular and consistent and showing up and going out and seeing other bands and being a part of the music scene to kind of elevate above just playing, a few times a year. And it seems like if you're a cover band, you can really easily just kind of play the suburbs like every weekend, and that sort of thing. But for an originals band,
So you're okay with playing for $5 or a cover charge, even though that's been the same since like the late 70s?
Yeah, I mean, I have a full-time job, and I've long come to the realization that I'm not going to be like making any money or anything off of this. So it's I just accept that and I just enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun.
Cool. All right. Thanks.
We are May Simpson. Most of us are in our 20s. We got May Amber Simpson is the leader of the group. Dave is on bass guitar. David is playing percussion. Romy is also on percussion. We got Keaton on saxophone. Paul on trumpet. And myself, Jorgen, on guitar. Do you plan on staying local or taking this further?
I think my plan is to take it as far as I can go. Hopefully Nashville and to the stars. To the fucking stars, okay?
David, how far do you plan on taking this? Local, national, regional?
National.
International?
I got connections. We'll be opening for people soon enough. On tour.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy right there.
Opinion on the drink ticket free beer system in the venues, and have you ever been given free food?
I think it's cool. It could be a little bit more depending on the venue. I think that different venues can give out different things. So I definitely feel that some venues are big enough to give a little bit more.
What is the furthest you have traveled to play a venue?
Well, with this band, May Simpson, we have actually only been in Minneapolis. We're fairly new. So this is it for us so far.
What is one of the biggest hurdles that you face being a new artist in the Twin Cities scene?
People don't know us, and they have to come out to see it. You can see a live video and see how powerful we are, and it makes you want to come out. But you just have to be there to experience what's happening around you. It's not just about the music at that point. It's about how it makes you feel. It's about what happens inside of you, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here and we're doing music because we love music, but let me tell you what, you have to feel it, and feeling it is everything, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
What has been one of the most pleasant surprises? What's your favorite thing unexpectedly that's happened through this new group?
Unexpectedly is that I would say that every single one of these band members is here for the long haul. They're here for the music. And that's surprising because it's one thing if you believe in yourself, but it's a whole other thing if you got a whole group behind you believing in you. And it's the same with the fan base. So you got these people believing in you and what you're doing. And people are behind this band right now, and we're gonna ride that wave. And we're dreamers, man. That's what we do. How do you get paid for gigs, and what do you think of the pay system for venues?
We get paid in a multitude of ways. Usually it is either percentage of bar sales or ticket sales, depending on the venue. There's some perks that come along with it as well. It's tough being paid as a musician, depending, the size of band we are right now. It's kind of tough to get a decent paycheck, but we make enough to pay for like recording time and equipment and stuff like that, so.
Do you think the venues sufficiently promote live shows?
Certain venues do. Every venue's different. Most of them, I think, do what they can, whatever their resources are. I think everybody would like to see more promotion from venues. Venues want to see more promotion from the artists. You know, it's kind of a dog-eat-dog world, you know.
But May Simpson music is really bringing something that has not been heard, seen, or never felt. And I'm excited to be a part of it.
And cut.
I'm living on a dream. No, it's always a man. Living on a dream, dream. Oh, it's there all the time. I've been waiting for a long time to go, and it's finally gone. I don't feel so wrong. I'm living on a dream.
Hi, my name's Steve, and I'm the guitar player for Randolph Starr, and this is Randolph Starr. I'm going to introduce the people in the band. On the far end, the large gentleman is Denny, the keyboard player and composer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can we say our own names? And
Sure.
Then that will be less taxing for you.
Hi, I'm Steve. I play guitar for Randolph Starr, and this is Randolph Starr, the band. And on the far side is...
I'm Denny. I play keyboard, vocals, and write some of the music.
And next to him is...
I'm Donnie. I'm the drummer.
And next to him is...
Amy, bass guitar.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what everybody's role in the band is. Denny is our leader. He's the leader of Randolph Starr. Donnie and I are just the guys that hang around, and Amy is the boss of Randolph Starr.
There you go.
So we have a list of questions that we want to, that have been given to us, and we're going to answer those questions, and then we're going to tell you some other stuff. So the first question is, how old are you? Like we're going to answer that. So Denny, how old are you?
I'm 57.
Oh, God.
That's old.
Yeah, man, that's old. How long you been playing?
I've been playing keyboard since 2000. I took 3 lessons back then.
So you're 18 years into it.
Sure.
All right, Donnie, how about you?
I'm 65, and I've been playing the majority of my life, on and off, with a couple other bands, and doing some bar stuff, light gigs, and there you go, just a part-time thing.
How about you, Amy?
I've been playing bass for 5 years. If you multiply that by 7 for dog years, that makes me 35 years old.
I'm 27 and I've been playing guitar all my life. So,
I love it.
What's the other question is, how often does your band practice and play out, I guess? Yeah, gig. How often does your band practice and gig? So we are in our rehearsal space right now, which happens to be Natural Sound Studio, the coolest place to record in the Twin Cities. And this is where we work out our songs and we practice and prepare for the gigs, right?
Right.
Yep.
All right, everybody's in agreement with that. How often do we practice? The way that it works is Denny writes the songs and then he puts them out and charts them out on a piece of paper and brings them in, and usually Danny and I will work on the song a little bit. A lot of times he's collaborated with Donnie so that him and Donnie have worked out some of the basics of the song, and then the 3 of us will get together and work on something. Amy lives in Madison, so often what we'll do is make some rough recordings of the song and send it to her, and then she invents the magic that keeps the band together. Is that right?
So we practice like once a week. They practice without me, and then I come to town twice a month, and we all get together and hone our songs.
Yeah, we play together at least twice a month, but separately we play and practice all the time. And we've been known while we're working on songs and just for fun to have another bass player or another drummer in if we need to do a little bit different, but you know, we're sticking with. So we have a different approach with our music. We play, we're happy to play anywhere that'll have us, because as a band, it helps us be tighter. It helps our music be better, and that's what we're after, is a really good product. Well, that's true. And so we don't have a great deal of gigging, and we're probably too old and set in our ways to go out and participate in the 3 or 4 bands per night at a venue, because that just seems chaos, and we're taking a different approach with our original music than doing that. We would rather, our music that we write is not to shock, not to turn people upside down. We'd like our music to be
commercially viable is, I think, the way we're going. What's the farthest you've traveled to play a venue?
Madison.
Madison, Wisconsin.
There you go.
Sounds good to me.
Do you plan on staying local or taking this further?
We'll go anywhere.
We'll take it as far as we can.
Yeah, we'll
On a dream. No, it's always a nightmare. Living on a dream, dream. Oh, it's there all the time.
Okay, I've redone my laser stuff here. So this is the box. And so again here are, this is the 3D lasers, this is the green laser, and then the smaller kind of green and red one. Oops. So this is the controller for the green laser, if I can get it out of the box. Oops. I dropped it, of course. I usually turn it on and then I hit the blackout button, and it's attached to my base with Velcro. That's my dog drinking in the background for me. Here's the control box, and it all comes out and it's already hooked up to a power strip, so I just have to, and the lights are already plugged in, so I just have to stretch it out and plug it into an extension cord. The switches for the lights are in here now, like that. Yeah, it's kind of coming off here, but everything's attached with Velcro. And then I've got everything plugged into power strips, and I just have to plug that power strip in, and the other box is the same deal here. You can see a bunch of them attached on there too. So that's how everything was going to be controlled.
So, Rory.
Yes, Eric.
You were a small boy born in a small town?
No, I was a small boy born in a large town of like 250,000 people, capital city of Minnesota, St. Paul.
See, there you go. Small town.
Then I moved to a town that was a tenth of the population.
So why do you play music? What brought you to music?
I don't know. I started playing when I was 12. So we had a guitar around the house. We had a lot of records. We had a couple Beatles records. The one that actually kicked me in the butt was when my brother was in the Navy during the Vietnam War. He sent home a Deep Purple album, the Deep Purple and Rock, the one where they have all their heads on Mount Rushmore. And I just love. I listened to that over and over. My mom probably was ready to, break the turntable. But yeah, I just decided I wanted to play guitar. I don't know why. I just felt like the right thing to do, and I didn't necessarily do it, for girls or anything like that, because I was 12, and back in the 70s, we weren't as developed as the kids are now. So we didn't start dating when we were like 8. So, but yeah, I just enjoyed it. I locked myself in my bedroom that summer after 6th grade and literally played like 4 or 5, 6 hours a day until.
Played Foghat all day long?
No, I played, I don't know, I learned bar chords. And the trouble is, every time I was supposed to be learning a cover tune, because that's what you did back in the 70s,
yeah.
I would just start making up my own stuff. So even back then, I was writing,
I did that too. Like, I would learn somebody else's song, play a couple, and then all of a sudden, eventually, I'd just start playing something else.
That's probably why I'm terrible at playing covers now, because
yeah, me
I
too.
just I don't like sitting down and learning something that somebody already did.
Yeah. Plus, then I have to remember it.
Yeah, and I can't.
Which I can't do that.
Yeah. Also, I couldn't play that fast at that point either. So.
Yeah, that sucks too.
Yeah.
But look at you now.
Yeah.
I can. You can too. We can play anything we want.
Yeah.
We just choose not to.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
Then you moved to bass.
Yeah, I switched to bass when I was 19, and it was because the band we were in at the time, we went through like 3 bass players in a couple of months or 3 months or something like that. And we had another guitar player, and I was kind of the de facto leader, and I just said, screw it. I knew it'd be easier to find someone to replace me on guitar, which it was. There just weren't, back then, that would have been 86, yeah, something like that. So there just weren't that many bass players, and I was always kind of a closet bass player. I mean, I still play guitar. Eric and I were playing, I was playing guitar with them tonight. But yeah, I went and traded in my guitar and my amp, walked into B-Sharp Music 15 minutes on, they're not there anymore in Minneapolis, 15 minutes before they were ready to close, and the people looked at me like they were going to kill me, and I plunked $150 down on the counter.
And they loved you.
Yeah, they loved me, and I didn't buy the amp there. I think I bought that somewhere else.
What'd you buy? What was your first bass amp?
It was a BC Rich Warlock.
Oh, nice.
Red. My first amp was
red.
It was red. It looked
BC Rich.
like
That's
a
awesome.
big giant spider with a neck coming out of it.
Did it creak a lot?
Creak?
Creak and snap a lot?
No.
It's a pretty good one.
It was pretty solid, yeah.
So then what?
So yeah, then I played in some bands. How many did I play in with bass? I played in that one band. It was a cover band. And then I didn't play in a cover band until I played with you in 2006. Actually, then I went back to playing after Jill and I got married. Jill's my wife, obviously. I bought an acoustic 12-string, a Mitchell, which is Guitar Center brand, I think. And I did coffee houses for like 4 years, playing my own stuff. And I was also playing with a drummer from the band I was in, Powerline, which I also played bass in. And, Bill, hi Bill. We played together for 4 years, mainly just doing recording. We did technically 2 gigs. We played at his wedding reception. His brother played bass, I played guitar, and his brother didn't really know any of the songs. We just said, just kind of fake it. And then we went out and played at a place called Fernando's, which I played at like a bunch of times over on East Lake. The building's still there, but the bar doesn't exist anymore.
So why do you keep playing?
I I feel like I have to. If I don't, I just don't feel right. And there's like days I've had bad days, especially at work, and I come home and it's either that or drink, you know. So, and I've cut back on that a lot. And well, some days I'd like to increase my consumption again. But yeah, I'll just play, and I like creating things. I don't practice per se. I come down, I pick up an instrument, and I end up probably writing something, even if it's just a riff or some chords or something like that. But yeah, it just keeps me, I don't know, I feel good after I get done playing, you know. I think I still, you know, there's a part of me inside that's still like 16, you know. I still got that fire, you know, and everything, and, you know, even at 51, I get excited. If I come up with something that sounds really awesome, I get excited. I'm like, you know, this is really, where'd that come from, you know? So.
Awesome. That's
some mad bass skills.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
No. Let's try it again. That was lame. Okay, ready? And go. That was not, they don't fly. You might have to do it again.
Do you have to do it again?
Yep.
Alright. Ready?
Yep, go for it.
There's an air on that.
Ow! Lost my hearing. Crunch! Headshot!
Okay. That's a 20-second clip.
So we got trigger and heat, hauling gear in. Okay, how long have you guys been together?
6 years.
Really? That's good. That is actually really good. Okay. What other places do you usually play at?
Pretty frequent in Terminal Bar.
Okay, yeah, played there a few times.
Tuttle's is the other split a few weeks ago.
Where was it?
Tuttle's in Hopkins.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Underground Music.
You what?
Underground Music Cafe.
Okay, I have heard of that, yeah. Okay, all right. Do you guys usually play for like a $5 cover charge, 10% of the bar, flat fee? What do you usually
Just
do?
like to play. There's a lot of different setups. It's usually the bar that decides how that works.
Is the money important to you, or it's not really there?
You guys all loaded in? We're first about music. We love to get paid for the music we make.
Cool. Do you guys plan on taking this as far as you can, or are you staying local, or do you have are you stuck grounded here, like with family or something like that, or?
Yeah, that's a great question. We were just talking about that. And we would like to conquer the world.
Okay.
We'd like to be the next Rolling Stones.
All right.
Or U2, or Ramones.
Nice. Or all of them put together in one big loud mess. All right. Do you do much recording? And if you do, like, how do you do it?
We haven't to this point.
Okay. How many times a week do you practice? Once? Okay. How often do you gig?
It's picked up.
Doing it a little more now.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
So like once a month? Less than that?
Once a month, yeah.
How many just comparing to like how many people my band brings, how many people do you usually bring out at a time, do you think?
Well, it's usually friends and family.
Yeah.
Friends that we meet, coworkers, acquaintances. Yeah.
Okay.
And every once in a while, it's a stranger, you know.
Yeah.
Take a shot of me moving this, I guess.
I thought we put everything
All right, so just for the marker point, just say who you are, or the name of the band and who you are. So go ahead.
We are the Moonlight Community.
All right.
I'm James Poole.
I'm Matt Weist.
Jordan Goebel.
Okay.
Josh Danderand.
Dante Allen.
All right. And how long have you guys been together?
About 4 years.
All right.
5 years.
That's
About
actually
5 years.
good. Again, the band side's been together 6. That's anything
But
over
we
2 is
got
good.
we re-put it together because we were done for about 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on our 3rd iteration
Yep.
right now.
Okay.
And he's the newest member, so he's part of this new rebirth.
Yeah.
The rebirth of you guys. All right.
He is the placenta.
It's a very tall placenta.
What can I say? Pretty long, I say.
And you guys are also St. Cloud, right?
Yes.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay.
I live in Duluth now.
Duluth. Okay. Well, okay. I quizzed the other band about the music scene in St. Cloud, and I'm somewhat familiar about the Duluth music scene. What is that all about, or what's that like?
Duluth music scene is very bluegrassy, acoustic-y, singer-songwriter.
Okay.
And we're actually doing very well up there. Ever since I moved there, we've played 3 shows there now, and we've had an enormous following in that short amount of time.
So if you're a pop punk band, you're screwed, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
There.
Get out of town and go somewhere else. All right. Do you guys? Do you have any releases out right now?
We are in the works right now.
Doing some recording. Are you?
We just finished the album. It just became like we're just getting it mastered now.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
Did
we
you
just
do
got
it?
the first trial of it, and we're all listening to it now. And
So it sounds like was it done in a studio, or did you do it like at home with?
no, it was a studio. Well, it's a studio in St. Cloud.
Okay.
A home studio. But,
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, semi-professional.
Okay. So what type of software were they using?
Pro Tools.
Yeah. Something. Okay.
And a lot of manual editing on the fly as we go.
Okay.
And paste some
All right.
buttons instead of screens.
Okay. Cool. It's a different perspective of recording than what I'm probably
Older
used
guy
to.
recording us, he's got a good style.
How often do you guys practice a week? Or
Whenever
do you?
we can.
Whenever you can.
Our
It used to be
schedules are-
once a week.
Our schedules are kind of all over the place.
And then when I moved to Duluth 8 weeks ago, now it's been about once or twice a month.
Okay. How do you write songs?
Us 3 right here, do all the writing for now.
Okay.
But we either write a song by ourselves and then bring it to the band, and then everyone writes their parts. Dante writes his own piano parts. Jordan writes either bass or guitar. And our drummer, who's not playing tonight, he'll do the same.
Okay.
Or I'll write a song with a chorus lyrics that's all done. And then I come to James or Matt and I say, hey, could you guys write the verses? So that's the 2 types. It's either
Cool.
all by ourselves, we bring to the band, or we have a start of something and one of us finishes it for the other guy.
Okay. Cool.
We bring it to the full band, and the full band finishes the rest.
Yeah.
We don't tell anyone any parts to write. They write what they feel, and it's always good.
I do not have that thing called the internet. So.
Yeah, we're really seeing a lot of exposure on Facebook, seeing the likes and the hits, if you want to call them that, start growing, and people are responding. They're messaging us out of the blue and telling us, oh, when are you going to come back to Duluth, or when are you going to come back to Minneapolis, you know.
I'm totally
So,
envious of you guys. 'Cause
it's cool seeing the enthusiasm from people.
And it took a while, though.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
we started the
That's
Facebook thing, we wouldn't get a lot of responses. But then we just decided, let's post all the time. Let's
Well,
post a video. Let's post an interview.
Speaking of that, how do you promote yourself? What type of tools do you use?
So now we do that. We have every social media outlet. We have Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube. And then actually, we've also done really old school things. We've started printing off flyers for every show.
Really?
And then cutting them up into small flyers and then putting them on
Okay,
cards, giving them to staff
I'll stop
members.
putting that on blogs. That doesn't work anymore. That's what we used to
We're
do
finding
too.
that it is working.
Yeah.
Because
Cool.
it's
Well, that's good.
At this point in time, it's fresh now again.
You go along telephone poles with a staple gun and like that. That's what we used to do.
Yeah. Put them in. Now the thing is, on campus, we put them in cars.
Oh, yeah.
Wipers and stuff.
How often do you gig?
Right now, we're in the middle of a 6 weekend in a row
Wow.
stint. between St. Cloud, Minneapolis, and Duluth.
Nice.
And
kind of
after
a lightning storm.
It has been. And then even after this 6 weeks is up, we only have 2 weeks off, and then we play another 2 weeks in April.
Do you get like a core group of people that follow you? Or do you have like do people know who you are and they come and see you just off of that?
In St. Cloud, our following has become very big lately.
How many do you think would come to see
About
you?
100.
That's good.
At the red carpet. Those weren't all people we invited, though. I'd say the people we invited, probably 30.
Okay.
But throughout the whole night, so many people
So all the
came
people
into the
came
red
in,
carpet.
just yeah.
Every show gets bigger, too.
See,
Yeah.
well, that's good. That's what you want.
Yeah.
So it sounds like maybe you want to take this someplace else.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Make a living at it.
We plan on being global.
Nice.
That
All
is
right.
our end goal. Stop at nothing to get there.
Shaping me how you want me to be. Yeah, we are the Moonlight Community. We got Dante Allen on the keys, Josh on the bass, Matt and Jordan on the guitar. And out of our minds, it just made me walk out of our mind. Blurring the line between wrong and right in my mind, as if we just move out of time. It's obvious we're all out of time. The blind leading the blind. It's only hope that is half of the time. And we exactly we're fine. We're leaning to the breeze. Oh, look who take me. I take me. Like you say, yeah. Look who take me. I take me. Take away my music.
We're in between bands at the Driftwood. Total chaos, as you can see, but controlled chaos, of course. Well, if you just want to tell me who you are and who you play with and your age.
All right. So we are the Arcanes.
3/8 of the Arcanes.
3/8.
And Pharrell.
All right.
There's the others.
Here they come.
These guys are
All right.
6/8.
All right. So we got the rest. We got the rest of the Arcanes here. Hi, my name's Rory. I'm the crazy guy shooting the documentary here.
Cool.
So how long have you guys been together?
So we kind of. Oh, Kyle, get over here.
How long have we been together? Like a year-ish?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of started.
This version of the band, like 4 or 5 months.
Okay. So there was another version at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's typical.
Kind of like a Phoenix type thing, you know?
Yeah, been there, done that. So you guys are from St. Cloud?
Yep.
All right. Cool. What is the music? I have no idea what it's like there. Just in the cities. What is the music scene like in St. Cloud?
It's okay. It's not amazing, I guess.
It's a little bit of lo-fi punk. Shout out to Jeff Varner at Lost Cat Records.
All right. Are there quite a few venues up there, or a limited number?
Red Carpet.
Yeah.
Veranda Lounge.
Pickle Balloon.
Yeah.
So a fair amount. Yeah. Are there a lot of bands up there?
Yeah, quite a few, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's kind of, a comfortable, 60 miles away from the cities.
Yeah.
It's kind of out in the sticks, so usually the venue street artists better usually get more money, honestly, and there's more demand and things. So
All right.
I think people maybe are a little bit more passionate about maybe following a group.
So you think? Yeah. Do you think the club owners are pretty good at promoting? Are they passionate about it, or are they just interested in how many bodies you're bringing in?
In St. Cloud.
Yeah.
They're okay at promoting, I guess. It really depends on the venue because
Yeah.
it's a big difference between the Carpet to the Keller to the Pickle Loon.
There's some key people who really devote to the scene. Like Ufta Records.
Okay.
The guy who runs that store really tries to help out a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
They must have artists play there, every day? At least every other
Really?
day?
Yeah.
Nice.
All over the place.
But that's only been going on, I'd say, for like, what, 4 months or something? That's pretty new, isn't it?
It's a new store, yeah.
How do you guys get paid up there? Like here, you know, you're playing for a $5 cover. I've done that, and 10% of the bar.
Yep.
What's the story up in St. Cloud?
It's usually like a lump sum.
Yeah.
So like it's like a kind of like a flat fee, or?
Well, the Keller will give you $75. The Carpet will give you $1.50.
For a percentage of what, a 1 hour set times 2.
Okay.
What's that?
For like a 1 hour set usually? Or?
Yeah, for like a 1 hour set.
Are you guys okay with that, or do you wish it was different?
There's 8 guys here. That's crazy, man.
So you all walk out with about 50 cents?
Yeah. We spend more money on 2 drinks than...
Oh, the last gig we played, I spent my whole gig money on tacos after.
How do you guys, when you record, do you record at home using, you know, like software, or do you go to studio, or?
We kind of... A little bit of both. Yeah.
Okay.
We're kind of in that phase right now. So Jack's really good at engineering and doing all the running the programs and stuff.
Okay.
But we have not, because we had a little shaky start, really recorded anything
substantial.
Yeah.
You gotta go in and re-record everything.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Any long-term goals? You want to stay local? You want to get out of here and hit the road and make oodles of money, like $19,000 a year a piece, which is...
I mean, that'd be wild.
That'd be sweet, yeah. I think we're just kind of taking it a gig at a time right now, just having fun and stuff, you know.
That's
But,
cool. All right.
We're all ambitious dudes, so.
Yeah, I don't think anything's out of the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
For me anyway.
Good. Well, you're all young too. Do it when you're young. Don't wait until you're my age. I'm actually probably old enough to be your dad. So. Okay, I got about 3 minutes left on this battery before I have to charge it up. And I just want a new development, actually a couple weeks ago, and the band's still together. We're still playing. In fact, we're doing a gig tonight. Shane took a job at CBS Monday through Friday, 3 to 11 p.m. So it's going to really cut down on our practice time. We're looking at probably once, maybe at most twice a month on a weekend. I was really bummed out about that at first because a part of it for me is a social thing, just getting together with those guys once a week and just, it's an excuse not only to play music but just to kind of, yes, I admit it, act kind of juvenile and screw off a little bit. But we'll do the best we can, and that's kind of the way it goes with schedules and all that. So I just wanted to report that.
Hey, I just
Check. We are so close. Check. But yet so far. Hi, everybody. Hi. We're the Ers.
I forget that she's also in school for...
We appreciate everybody coming out and supporting us. We do like to see fresh new faces and old faces. Old fresh faces? Old fresh faces. Yeah, I don't know what that works.
But so she's going to work somewhere else now.
Alright,
So she eventually won't work where...
wait for a thumbs up and then we'll go. Or a thumbs down and we'll go. You look good? Ready? Alright. Alright, tell me if you can't hear anything.
Tonight, this song, I'm going to dedicate it to my wife.
I forgot to turn the bloody light.
She was nice enough to bring my dad, who flew in from Maryland. He's never seen me play before, so. And it's not sweat, people, it's tears. I love his dad. Just love his dad. Thank you very much. All right, so again, we are the, that's what we like to hear. We really appreciate it. This is going to be our last song. We thank the Viking Bar for having us. We thank everybody for showing up. We thank the other couple bands that came here and all their friends that stuck around and listened to us and not came late just to hear them. And if you're here to see us and you stick around, that'd be great too.